Hello! Pizza Pax here, and we're back with Throwback Thursday, episode number 68. This week we have the first deck from Dissension, which is Rakdos Bloodsport, the red-black deck. The Rakdos Guild goes on a killing spree like most people go on a shopping spree, spreading mayhem across the city for the pure joy of it. As the Hellbent mechanic proves, action, frenzied, violent action, is far more important than thought. So let's take a look at what's in Rakdos Bloodsport. This is from all the way back in 2006, I think? Yeah, this was the, I believe this was the Midsummer set? It's either the late spring set or the midsummer set. I don't remember. All right. Nice double seal there. Tsuyoshi Fujita. Pro Tour card. Our Dissension entry, nice F&M ad. Right. So we've got a little bit of Dissension story, and then the mechanics that are in the set. So we've got split cards, which we're back, Forecast, Hellbent, which is the Rakdos one, and Graft. Let's see what's in our deck list. So we have 12 Swamp, 11 Mountain, 1 Rix Modi, Dungeon Palace, no Karus in this one. It's interesting. 2 Slithering Shade, 2 Dracovac, 2 Ragamuffin, 2 Sadistic Augur Mage, which was from Ravnica, I believe, 2 Demon's Jester, 1 Slaughterhouse Bouncer, 2 Scorched Rusalka, which is from Guild Pact, 2 Torpid Moloch, which was from Ravnica, 2 Gobhobbler Rats. We used to call them Knob Gobbler Rats. 1 Lizolda the Blood Witch, which is our first rare, 1 Rakdos Ink-Spitter, 1 Rakdos Guild Mage, 1 Dalsin Gloom from Guild Pact, 1 Nihilistic Glee, 3 Seal of Fire. Remember that being a big deal that it had come back. 2 Taste for Mayhem, 2 Ignorant Bliss, 2 Cackling Flames. Oh, Nihilistic Glee is our other rare. 2 Cackling Flames, 1 Wrecking Ball, 1 Twin Strike, and 2 Rakdos Charm. Very nice. Right. So let's get into our first Dissension deck. So let's focus. Bring it in. All right, starting off, we have Mountain by Anthony S. Waters. Stephen Martinieri Mountain. Richard Wright Mountain. And Anthony S. Waters, Christopher Moliere, Stephen Martinieri, and Richard Wright. Just go through our duplicates. Okay, the cards just slipped. Now we have our swamps. So Anthony S. Waters, Richard Wright, Christopher Moliere, and Stephen Martinieri. Beautiful art on all of these. Right. Next up we have Rix Modi, art by Martina Pilsarova. It's a land that taps for a colorless, and then for a red and a black and tap, each player discards a card. Play this ability only anytime you can play a sorcery. So since most of the time you're wanting to play with an empty hand anyway, why not have your opponent have an empty hand as well? Funny enough, I actually played this in a number of control decks, just as a way of breaking parity during the mid and late game. Rakdos Signet, art by Greg Hildebrandt. 2-mana artifact. For 1, it taps for black-red. 2 Rakdos Signets. Twin Strike. This was a fun one. Art by Christopher Rush. 3 black-red for an instant. It deals 2 damage to each of 2 target creatures. And if you're Hellbent, so if you have no cards in hand, this is also where Hellbent gets its name from. Destroy those creatures if you have no cards in hand. Hellbent was like sort of the bonus. Pretty sure that was the bonus one for them. No, Hellbent was their actual thing. For some reason, I thought there were 2. All right, next up, Wrecking Ball. Ron Spears. 2 black and a red instant. Destroy target creature or land. Keep in mind, during this standard, we also had Stone Rain still. And Ghost Quarter. So Ghost Quarter was in this set. So a lot of people forget land destruction used to be just a normal part of standard. I actually kind of missed that. Decent land destruction at that. Let's see, Cackling Flames, art by Shishizaru. 3 and a red for an instant, deals 3 damage to target creature or player, and then Hellbent deals 5 damage to that creature or player instead, if you have no cards in hand. It's one of those ones that was a nice way of closing out the game, and it was good removal in the mid-game. Well, decent removal in the mid-game. Ignorant Bliss, art by Jeff Miracola. 1 and a red instant, remove all cards in your hand from the game face down. At the end of your turn, return those cards to your hand, then draw a card. Funny enough, this actually got played in a number of decks as a discard countermeasure. Kind of a fun little bit of history there. Still could see that seeing some play. It's also a nice way to enable Hellbent, because it was until the end of your turn. So, especially with like the land, this was a good way to hold up things and do some cool stuff. Taste for Mayhem, art by Greg Hildebrandt. For red, it's an enchantment aura, enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +2/+0, and then if you're Hellbent, enchanted creature gets an additional +2/+0 as long as you have no cards in hand. So +4/+0 for 1. It's not bad. Occasionally this pops up in Pauper, even now. It's a fun card. Seal of Fire, art by Ralph Horsley. For red, it's an enchantment, and then you can sacrifice it to deal 2 damage to target creature or player. It's a shock that sticks around until you need it. It's a good way of basically banking up mana until later. Nihilistic Glee, or Nihilistic Glee, or Nihilistic, art by Ron Spears and Wayne Reynolds. It's interesting. You don't normally see either of them work with other artists, but they did collaborate on this. 2 black for an enchantment. For a black and 2, you discard a card. Target opponent loses 2 life and you, or not 2, loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. And then Hellbent, for 1, you can pay 2 life to draw a card. Play this ability only if you have no cards in hand. So, fun fact, you can respond to this ability, or you can respond to the Hellbent ability with itself. You can draw multiple cards by activating it multiple times. People still seem to forget that. It's a fun little fact. But Really fun card. Definitely gets underplayed. It is what it is. Maybe something to toss in your commander deck if you play black. As an alternate to, I don't know, Greed, maybe. Douse in Gloom, art by Kev Walker. 2 and a black for an instant. It deals 2 damage to target creature, and you gain 2 life. Just removal. Rakdos Guildmage, hybrid black-red for a 2/2 zombie shaman. Art by Jeremy Jarvis, by the way. 3 and a black, discard a card. Target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn. Then 3 and a red, put a 2/1 red goblin creature token with haste into play. Remove it from the game at end of turn. So, again, you can activate that during your opponent's end step, and you have the whole turn with them. And it's good to sack 2 other things. Rakdos Ixbitter, art by Christopher Rush. Love the art on this one. 1 black-red for a 1/1 Thrall. Tap, it deals 1 damage to target creature, and that creature's controller loses 1 life. It's a fun little pinger. Didn't really fit super well with Rakdos at the time, but if you were using it along other things, it was kind of good. Lizolda, the Blood Witch, art by Jim Nelson. 1 black-red for a 3/1 legendary human cleric. 2, sacrifice a creature, and she deals 2 damage to target creature or player. If the sacrificed creature was red, draw a card if the sacrificed creature was black. So this alongside the Guildmage, you could do 4 damage a turn for 6 mana pretty reliably. And also can cash in creatures for cards. Gobhobbler Rats, art by Michael Sutphin. Black-red for a 2/2 rat. Hellbent. It gets +1/+0 and has black regenerate Gobhobbler Rats as long as you have no cards in hand. Surprisingly sticky to drop. And we have 3 copies. Torpid Moloch, art by Paulo Parente. For red, it's a 3/2 lizard with Defender. And you can sacrifice 3 lands to have it lose Defender until end of turn. There are some funny combos with this deck. Or not with this deck, with this card. This card is terrible otherwise. We have 2 copies of Torpid Moloch. Scorched Rusalka, art by Luca Zameni. For red, it's a 1/1 spirit, and for a red and sacrifice a creature, Scorched Rusalka deals 1 damage to target player. Good way of closing out the game by converting your creatures into damage. Slaughterhouse Bouncer, art by Greg Staples. 4 and a black for a 3/3 Ogre Warrior, and then Hellbent. When Slaughterhouse Bouncer is put into a graveyard from play, if you have no cards in hand, target creature gets -3/-3 until end of turn. So. Demon's Jester, art by Pete Ventures. 3 and a black for a 2/2 imp with flying, and Hellbent, it gets +2/+1 as long as you have no cards in hand. As a 4/3 flyer, it's not bad. And you have 2 of them. Sadistic Augur Mage, art by Nick Percival. 2 and a black for a 3/1 human wizard. When it's put into a graveyard from play, each player puts a card from his or her hand on top of his or her library. It's a fun one, especially if you have ways of bringing it back or recurring it. You can kind of lock up the game that way. We have 2 copies. Next up, Ragamuffin, art by RK Post. 2 and a black for a 2/2 zombie cleric, and then Hellbent. You can tap and sacrifice a creature or land to draw a card. These were the kinds of draw engines we used to have to play. Back in my day, our card draw was painful. Drekavac. Art by Carl Critchlow. 1 and a black for a 3/3 beast. When it comes into play, sacrifice it unless you discard a non-creature card. Yeah, it's a 3/3 for 2. In a monocolor. Like, it's gonna have a downside. Unless it was printed after 2019. Still, really iconic art from the time. Slithering Shade, art by Darren Bader. For a black, it's a 0/1 Shade with Defender. And then for a black, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. And Hellbent, it can attack as though it didn't have Defender as long as you have no cards in hand. So it's a fun one. Felt like Frozen Shade, just without the evasion. Then we have a beautiful foil Richard Wright Island. And our Tsuyoshi Fujita Pro Tour player card. I love this one. I used to have a whole stack of these to use as soldier tokens because he was doing the whole little monkey thing. It was very funny. Also, pretty cool guy. I got a chance to meet him, I think, at Pro Tour Kobe. Cool times. All right. Well, thank you for joining me on this adventure. As always, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff for the algorithm. Really helps us out, and I really appreciate it. And until next time, stay awesome. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.